Hey guys, Glyn Sadler from Adventures Per Mare here in windy and rainy North Wales. Despite that, I still have a massive smile on my face, and you'll see why if you watch the rest of this video. This video contains some really cool footage of two pollock, quite large pollock. One is an absolute donkey, both speared through AGUATTO style hunting, which is where you dive down, get yourself onto the kelp or the reef, and then crawl your way forward and until you get a target that presents itself. Also got my first sea bass of 2023, so happy with that. So good to see such large shoals of sea bass off the coast. It's quite close in, only about 50 metres from the shoreline. And also a couple of shout outs at the end of the video for some of the kit that I've used, because obviously they help to produce the goods. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let's get into some Adventures Per Mare.
Okay, let's get into it. This was a 6 metre dive for this first pollock, and as you can see, the visibility is pretty good actually, around about 4-5 metres, which is what I prefer, especially when sneaking up on larger pollock. So down onto the reef, and now I'm just going to pull myself through the kelp and hope to sort of come across a nice pollock or bass. Trying to keep my head movement to a minimum. And there I've spotted my fish on the left. So I'm just going to pull myself a bit further forward. There goes a bass and another. And then the silhouette of these two pollock come straight at me. Bang, straight behind the gills, stone shot. So I was really pleased with this, because what pollock tend to do, they put up a really good fight for anglers when on the hook. So if you don't get the shot right, they'll go straight into the kelp and they can tangle up your Dyneema. And that is a really nice fish. 54 centimetres. A big head on it. Okay, so this one was my first sea bass of 2023. I was so glad to see such large shoals. Probably a shoal of about 100 bass here. And this time I'm just going to go down and just lie on the seabed and watch them circle me. I think I moved a bit too much in this dive because I spooked them at one point, you'll see. Yeah, I moved my gun over the kelp. I'm trying to come round too quickly, spooking them, but they come round again. Not good enough size, that one. There, I see a decent size one, pick it out. Shot straight behind the gills again. Again, another nice size fish, 51 centimetre sea bass. It's a shame I didn't see that shoal again. I like to dispatch the fish as quickly as I possibly can once I feel it's safe, or I've got a good hold of the fish, and then a knife top of the head and just twist until it goes through the skull, and you'll feel the fish sort of jerk. It's sort of last death throes, and that's it, the fish is dispatched.
Second dive, I'm so glad I went out for the second time. Came in, recharged my GoPro battery, took the video footage I wanted off from the bass, and good to see bass. That's my first bass of the year. Nice big shoal of bass there. They didn't stick around, so I'm glad I got one. And I did see a few bigger pollock kicking about, but that one I just dived down. The visibility was getting poorer because the waves were picking up now, and yeah, it was sat in a gully, just come swimming straight underneath me, sort of turned on its side to look at me, and I thought, because I was looking over the top of it, I couldn't identify it. I didn't want to shoot something that I can't identify. I wasn't sure about getting a shot from the top. I don't like doing that. I like to get a profile shot. So came back up, I thought I'll just move around a bit, come around the other side of the gully, dive back down, pulled over, there it was, side profile, straight behind the gills. Winner winner, fish dinner. Pollock. Woohoo! Look at the size of that! Come on! Oh, what an absolute beast! Oh, absolute monster! Oh. Choice on that flopper. Oh.
Once dispatched, this fish regurgitated a huge mackerel, and the fish probably would have weighed 8 pounds had it not. Look at the size of it.
Wow, what an absolute beast. Barely fits on the fin. Let's see if I can measure it. Let's try on the end of this tail here. Let's try on the end there. What do you reckon? 74? 73, 74, that's an absolute monster. Well chuffed. Shout out to the Cressy Cherokee 75 for this bad boy. I've been contemplating on getting a reel for bigger fish, but to be honest, I think I'm happy with the setup I've got. So glad that flopper engaged when it did. Otherwise this bad boy would have been away. I'm pretty pleased with the shot. Just behind the gills, a bit low, but yeah, that's where it went in, just behind the head. It didn't stone it, which I was a bit disappointed with, but nevertheless the flopper engaged, and I now have a beautiful pollock. It's like a bloody cod. Another shout out for Cressy today. I got given this bag for Christmas. I wasn't too sure about it to begin with because it's quite thin, but it does carry everything you need, which is brilliant. Cressy Piavora. And there's my 51 centimetre bass from this small, no, it's afternoon's dive, just the earlier dive. Let's see if I can get this bad boy in there as well. It just fits in. Oh, it makes that bass look tiny. Sorry mate, you're right in there. Let's get you shut in. But I love this, it's like tin foil, keeps the fish fresh. Like, touch this one, this one's been in for a couple of hours, it's still nice and cold. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. That's it for me today. Can't do better than that. Slightly unorthodox method of the scale. These are the only scales I've got. It's coming up at 3.5 kilos, 13 pounds, 7.8 pounds. Happy with that. Descaling the fish, basically just rubbing the knife against the grain on the scales, and this is really satisfying on pollock because the scales are so small, and it looks so much cleaner afterwards. Here we are, all processed, nicely scaled. It's a big slab of meat, gutted. And think about touching fish's eyes. Okay, that's it for me today. If you want to see more Adventures per Mare, please like and subscribe.